And we're live. I think we're live. Hi, and welcome to my second attempt this week to create a live stream that actually works. If you were here yesterday, I just want to kind of apologize that I messed everything up, and now I think I have sorted all my issues out. I'm not using the same computer for my live stream as, I'm not using the music computer for this live stream. I got a hold of another computer and I'm trying this setup here with an external interface and everything going on. Hopefully this works out better than it did yesterday, and maybe not. So please, if something is up with the stream, if the quality gets super bad or if the audio just becomes silent like it did yesterday, please just tell me in the chat. I'm following the chat way better today than I did last night. And I'm back in the studio, back trying to do something here. I have the same setup going as I did yesterday with the Logic setup on the computer, and then I have Machine running in standalone mode. The plan is to make some music in Logic and then sample it into Machine. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'm gonna try to recreate what I did yesterday because it had some potential, but it didn't come out extremely nice. But maybe we could fix that. And since the video from last night was terrible, just terrible, I should be able to do better this time around. So in the chat, we have a few people there. People are writing stuff, and I appreciate that. Please be on the lookout here and tell me if something just doesn't work at all. But I think it should work, at least better than it did yesterday. So yeah, cool. And I have two camera angles, so I have this one and I have that one. And I'm figuring out that I need to be able to see that here too. So give me a second to fix that. How are everyone feeling today? How are you guys? Everything cool? Everything good? Feeling creative or feeling inspired? I hope so. I know that I do. I had some issues last night and it bugged me the entire day today, and I tried to figure some stuff out, and eventually I came up with this solution, which just makes me feel even more inspired to try to do something here. Because, making stuff for YouTube is super fun, and doing it live with an audience here is super fun. Yeah, cool. So people are cheering me up in the chat, and I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, feeling a bit uninspired, but I'm excited for the stream, says Jesse in the chat. Sure, I recognize that feeling. I know what it's like to not be inspired, but I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're excited to take part of this stream. Now, I'm already recognizing a few names from the stream I did yesterday, so maybe it's not the most, maybe it's not the best idea to recreate the same track, but, maybe I'm gonna do that anyways because I might want to. Simple as that. Yeah. Cool. I am feeling good. Someone asked. This is me just proving that I'm actually looking at the chat today. I'm feeling good. Everything feels good, considering all the stuff that's going on with everything. Let's not talk about that. Let's just make some music. So I had this chord progression last night that I sampled in Logic, or I played it in Logic with electric piano and something from the OpsX. And if I try to recreate that today, I really hope the outcome is going to be different, if I create something for me to sample and then sample it and then chop it up and do my normal stuff, hopefully the outcome is not going to be the same as yesterday. Anyways, that's what I think. So help me out in the chat before I start get going with the creative stuff here. What's the quality of the stream right now? How is the quality of the audio and the video and the lagginess and stuff? How are things holding up here? Give me a rating between 1 and 10, where 1 is really sucky and 10 is amazing. I don't expect the quality to be amazing, like overall 10s, but you know, I want to get some feedback on this because it's a little bit hard to monitor the live stream quality and stuff as well. So please just give me some feedback there. One single number is enough, between 1 and 10. Cool. So we're going to get to this later on and work with Machine Plus in standalone mode. I think I'm going to transfer some file. No, I'm not able to do that now because I have one less USB thing. So I'm going to have to like manually sample it into Machine, which is even better. Makes it feel even more dynamic and cool. So I'm getting a lot of 11s and 10s, 9 and 8, a 10, a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 13. A 13 in rating on the scale from 1 to 10. I guess that's really good. This, however, is not really good. Totally forgot to plug this one in, and hopefully it is connected to Machine. And if it is, we're going to find that out later on. So I'm not sure that this camera angle is going to be perfect for this. I'm sure that the camera angle is not going to be perfect for this, but I'm not going to care. I'm just going to do that right now. 10 out of 10. Audio 8, video 7. Let me just... I should be streaming in 1080p. So, I mean, that should be something. And I'm already like figuring out that I'm gonna take this video down and edit it to make a video, because I can't just sit here and talk about these kinds of things. 1080? Sure, you're able to view this in 1080p. That's something. We're not at 4K just yet. Maybe we're going there. I'm thinking about selling some stuff in the studio like the OP1 and getting myself a new computer. But however, this seems to work. So let's get over here. Let's crank the volume. Something like that. I'm not sure that the audio of that is coming through loud. Yeah, that could be a little bit louder. So let's see if we can just switch here and then increase the volume. Is that better? That should be better. Now I can actually turn down my mic even further. Maybe like that. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just like yesterday, I'm in a project in Logic in 80 BPM. And again, beware that what I'm recording now is not going to be my track for today, not going to be my beat. This is just me creating a sample that I'm going to rework as a normal sample. So I'm going to add a few things here and see what I can do with that. And I'm using the same chord progression as yesterday, but I think it's going to be different somehow. Let's just hope for that. Maybe I should record this thing to a click, to a metronome. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, kind of nailed that on the first attempt. I think so. There are a few notes that can't really be heard, so let's increase the velocity. And I know I'm not sharing my screen, but you know, it is what it is. So it becomes a bit stiff when I'm just playing stuff like that. So I'm just gonna have to move my notes a little bit to make it, you know, more like that. So yeah, the audio is better. Hope so. And I forgot to loop it. Let's actually just copy it over and loop it over here. What I did yesterday that kind of ended up rather nicely, I think, was that I had some sort of melody stuff played on top of this with the same instrument. So that could be a bit tricky because it gets a bit much, but you know, that's a part of my sound as well too, to allow things to be choppy and leave a few crazy notes here and there. It's not gonna sound crazy now, but when I chop it up. So let's give it a shot. Yeah. So let's record. That kind of works. And I'm always thinking in 4 bars, even though I made this loop 8 bars. It is what it is. That's a bit loud. That's a bit low. Let's make that longer. And to answer that last question, yeah, I'm thinking that this is gonna become some sort of boom bap hip hop track. It doesn't sound like that right now, but again, bear with me. I'm just creating something for me to sample. And samples aren't always that, you know, hyped up or whatever. In this case, this is gonna be the material that I use for sampling. Yesterday I used the Korg Op6. Today I might go Korg Wave State just to switch it up. Not that anyone knows what I did yesterday because yeah. However, let's add a new track here. Let's go for a MIDI track, an audio track, sorry, and gotta turn on the wave state. I don't know where it is. Is it on input 4? It's not on any input at all. Huh. Yes, it is. So that seems to be located on input number 7. Another track, audio, input 7. Oh, it's on the wrong audio interface. That's my bad. Let's do that, and we're happy. Good to go. Skip. You know, scanning for plugins that I don't have installed anymore. Such a headache. I guess I'm not the only one with that issue, but it is what it is. Oh, I was running all the audio through my DJ mixer, so that's why we got the low audio stuff. Let's balance this up again. Something like that. Mars, yeah, you're right. It sounds like a start of a lo-fi track. I could just pitch this down and just, you know, make something like that. But that's not what I want to do. I want to use this sample to make some boom bappy kind of stuff. Now, again, let's see if the wave state gives me a signal here. And it does. So let's look for a sound to combine with these things from the wave state. That could work. Sure. We did some strings yesterday, and let's do some strings now. These strings are just feeling, sounding a little bit more like natural, or whatever. So let's try that. I'm gonna mess this up. I just know it. But let's give it a shot. You know, it doesn't sound too bad to my ears. So let's actually just keep that and create a duplicate version of that track and do something again with the strings, maybe an octave or two down. I don't know. Let's try. And I'm recording everything at super low volumes because I didn't really think of this before. but whatever. I'm gonna normalize and then crank the volume down to like minus 50 dB. Not the best situation in the world, but it works. Let's hear those strings. That's nice and full, isn't it? Cool. That's a little bit much. And with the electric piano. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I'm kind of impressing myself as I go. This sounds good. To my ears, this sounds nice. I guess I could like, you know, let's try to just for the fun of it, let's open up a group here. Yeah, let's do some acoustic drums just to... It's very loud, isn't it? Maybe a tighter kit like that could be cool. Oh, maybe not. Could do something like that, or even go like with a lo-fi kind of sound. But again, I'm gonna save this and maybe make a beat out of the sample as it is. But for this, I want to have more fun than that. So I'm gonna take this material and sample it, like I said. I could just use it as it is right now, but it's a little bit plain. Yesterday I added a bass, and that's when my computer started to mess about. But you know, let's give it a shot today too. Let's open up Contact and use the Rickenbacker bass that I really enjoy. And let me take a few seconds to just watch my stream back and see if the quality still holds up or if I'm totally out of focus, because here everything looks really nice, but I'm not sure that's an accurate reflection of the reality. And I'm sorry, I'm just working about here. I'm missing the chat again. Yeah, there's a chance that I won't make any streams anymore, definitely. If this solution holds up, I'm gonna try to make more live streams, but if this... I'm talking about the tech. I've had a lot of problems with the tech and the stuff for making live streams, but if this works, you're gonna see me live again. If it doesn't work, you know, I can't be bothered to a certain extent. I think the stream looks good, by the way. It's not perfect, but it's way better than yesterday, when everything just died multiple times. So even though I have a lot of like cool synthesizers and stuff, for something like this, I think I want to go with the Rickenbacker bass, just like I did again yesterday, because it just adds a little bit more natural flavor to something like this that should be used as a sample. And don't start screaming because the camera died. I'm using Canon cameras, they die every 30 minutes. That's just how it is. Oh, that's becoming exactly like what I did last night. But maybe that's fine. Let's try to record a bass. That kind of sucked. Let's do it again. That note doesn't fit into that chord. My bad. Okay. Now I'm just doing stuff too quickly and deleting stuff left and right without really intending to. Now we're back. I don't know about that. Let's keep it. And one more time. And I need the metronome. That's a little bit better. Let's check my velocity values real quick. What happened there? Is that? And, you know, I want to check on this, so let's speed it up. Of course I can't, because I have audio in the session. My bad. Sure. That's a 4-bar piece of music. And, I don't know. I don't know. Let's do... Yeah. I should have all the stuff just turned on, but I don't. So now I'm firing up the OP6. I want to say OP6 because I have the OP1 and I like it, but I guess it's called OP6. And I should be able to do something fun here. Give me a second. Nice. Now you can see that. No, you can't. Now you can, and now it's... That's right. Cool. Not totally in focus, but you know, op6, op6, chord. Maybe something with a little bit more flair to it. Yeah, that didn't suck. You see, I'm just trying to be quick here, so I'm just browsing through presets. Oh, that's an ARP. Huh. Maybe that's cool. Maybe that's too much. Oh, just like a hit. Sure, let's record something like that. So this seems to be, let's see, on track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6. I need to learn this so I know where everything is, but you know, that's not the case right now. Number 6. There we are. So in the chat room we have stuff going on. Let's check in on that real quick. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Zaffen. Mark. Hi. Yeah, I have been experiencing a lot of technical difficulties with these live streams, and now I think I have a setup that kind of works. So let's just, you know, I'm just jamming away, trying to create some music and trying to do this live. And hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna quit trying and just posting videos like a normal person. However, we are about to add that 80s sound on that track right there. Boom. Let's go. That's not perfect. And it didn't get recorded. Or did it? At a super low volume. Let's normalize and see. Sure. There we are. That's gonna be loud. Sorry. Like so. Let's try to... So what I did was that I transposed my bass line an octave down. Made it better. And I know myself. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna import this into Machine and pitch the sample way up and then chop it up. So then if the bass is super low right now, it's gonna sound like a guitar when I pitch it up. And this sounds fuller and more like a normal piece of music. Maybe not that loud though. Yeah, thanks for saying that it sounds good, but again, I'm repeating myself, but this is not the music that I'm working on today. This is the sample that I'm gonna use for the music I'm working on for today. Yeah. So this isn't my music. It is, but it's not what it's gonna be. I don't know about that shimmery kind of... Maybe it's bad. No, that's bad. Okay. So this is more than I had yesterday for the sample I used, and I'm almost recreating it, but still trying to do something a bit new. I think I'm gonna try to work with this. I want to hear it one more time though. So, cool. Let me try to figure out how to sample this into a machine, because I've just rerouted all my audio stuff. And at the same time, let me fix that camera real quick. That's upside down. That's mirrored, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So, someone asked the question about what synths I'm using the most lately, and well, I got the Korg Op6 not too long ago, so that's still kind of the newest synth that I got for the studio. And, you know, newer stuff gets used more because it's fun to get used to new stuff and fun to learn new pieces of equipment. So I'm using the Op6 quite a bit for stuff. It sounds very 80s in both a good and a bad way, of course, but it works for some stuff. It doesn't work for everything. Definitely not. Is that cool? Is that good? Yeah, that's gonna work. So now I want to go into this computer and I'm gonna... Let's see how to do this. That bass sounds gnarly in a good way. So let's see here. I want to cue output mix. I haven't really learned the system with the universal audio interface, so I'm sorry about that. I know how to sample like something into machine, but the entire mix here needs to go into machine. I'm not 100% sure on how to do that, but let's give it a shot. Maybe someone knows in the chat. In that case, just hit me up. So what I'm doing is that I'm routing my cue outputs. No, the master output. Where does that go? Yeah, I'm queuing the outputs to line 3 and 4. Maybe that's it. So let's go into the sampler and set it to external mono. That's not right. Line 1 and 2. Oops. Yeah. That's it. But of course, my mic also goes in here, so let's, yeah. I'm gonna be silent for a minute when I'm sampling this into machine. And I think what I did yesterday was that I did 2 different samples into machine, one with the melody and one without. In this case, I think I'm gonna do one go as it is right now and one without these ones, because I don't know how they are gonna fit these ones, because they might not fit in there. So let me just do 2 tries here, sample this stuff into machine without my voice. Okay, cool. So give me a second. Or you can watch me do this. I'm just gonna be silent. I don't know why I'm explaining everything. Sorry about that. Just trying to be nice. So, the mic. And of course, just like someone said in the chat, I could just export the loop, but then I have to export it from the computer and then open the machine up as a storage unit and import it there. And right now I have kind of used all my USB ports that I have. No, that's not true. I have a USB port. However, that's what I did last night. Today, I choose to just sample it. They became super silent, super low in volume. So let's see if I can adjust that by just normalizing without introducing a lot of noise. It seems okay. So let's normalize those. And now I think I'm just not gonna use that computer anymore. Now we're in the standalone version of Machine Plus. Cool. So again, we have 100 people watching right now, and I really appreciate that. But again, let's see if the whole stream holds up. Give me a rating between 1 and 10, not on the quality of the stuff that I do, because I know I'm awesome and and whatever. Rate the quality of the stream, how it holds up, the video, the sync, the audio, the everything. I just want to know how it feels for you guys. 1 through 10. 10 is good, of course, and 1 is bad. So here we have a sample. Sorry about the loud volume. Maybe I want to keep this group at, keep this one at 0 and then crank it down. That sounds good. Okay, so now I have 2 versions. I decided to record a version without the melody at all and the shimmery kind of that sound. And the first one, that's the one I really want to use. But if it doesn't work out, I always have this one as some sort of, you know, some sort of security. That's easy to work with. This one is fun to work on. So yeah, let's get into chopping before I'm gonna check out the ratings here. So we have some people that are giving me 7, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, 9 and 10. I mean, come on. This is, to me, this is really fun. This is awesome, considering what happened last night when I had so much technical difficulties. Now it just seems to work. with a separate dedicated computer for live streaming. So I think what I'm gonna do as soon as they release the new Mac lines with the M1 Plus or whatever, I'm gonna buy one of those and just have two computers, one for music, one for streaming. So yeah, this will probably not be my last live stream after all, because the tech is holding up. Back to machine, back to business. So that's a sample. I'm just gonna move this one over there. And why did I do that? Come on. I have the sample. Let's put it in show group 1. Let's put it in polyphony legato. Let's create duplicate versions and just chop it up like that. Maybe. Oh. That could always come. Some of the bass notes are kind of messing with me, and I think that's fun. That's why I did it like this. Oh, that's nice. Sure. I don't know. And this is where things will become choppy, you know? So let's reset that camera. Sure. So I have some slices here. I guess it's kind of, you know, kind of sloppy. And I think I like that. Let's go into a new group and let's add a few one-shots from the user content and the folder over there. That could be cool. And that one too. Sure. I want to find a kick. No. That's one. Cool. Oh, that's a crunchy one. Let's keep that over there. Sure. That one too. And these drum sounds aren't super well, you know, edited, so I'm gonna have to go through them. A high-pitched hi-hat like that? Maybe? Whoop. One shot, user content. I got thrown out of the folder. Sure, and maybe an open. Yeah, maybe that one. Pitch it up. Pitch that one down. Yeah, makes more sense. So, again, let's edit these real quick because they aren't perfect as they are. And I like them to be accurate, you know? Let's do this one too. Maybe I'm not going to use this one, but I don't know. The hi-hat. That one looks good. And that one is actually too noisy to my taste. So I'm going to create a fade out from, I don't know, there to there. Maybe there to there. Yeah. So now we're kind of starting to make music here. I have my drums. Gonna use that snare for sure. But again, it's too noisy at the end for me. I like things to be noisy and dirty, but you know, also a little bit clean. So let's fade. And because it kind of, you know, dies off, it feels even more like aggressive in one way. So that's the drums. I think I want to move my sample out of there. Do a secondary one. Do that. Sure. So sample drums. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's make a quick drum loop, just to have something to start with. And who am I kidding? I kind of always start with the drums. So let's go. And I need the metronome. Double hit. I'm placing that open hi-hat wrong from time to time. Cool. Oh, okay. I'm not getting the swing that I'm looking for. So let me just have a sip of my water. You think my finger drumming is impressive? Man, Boone, thanks a lot. I'm not an expert on finger drumming, but you know, I can make whatever I need for my tracks. And I'm probably gonna make one change to them here as well. But first of all, let's do it. I'm getting a lot of double hits now. I guess I'm just sloppy. As I said. What's happening? Come on. Okay, I'm getting there. That's way better. So let's check out that kick drum. Maybe I want to do... just getting rid of some of the higher frequencies. I don't need this. Fade it out. Fade out. Yeah. That sounds kind of decent, but what I always do when I finger drum is that I'm hitting the snare and the hi-hat at the same time. And, you know, I could do... like that to make it... to hit it earlier. But in this case, when I'm trying a more boom bappy feel, I always try to select my events with the snare and then see if I can adjust it a little bit off the grid, like so. Yeah. Maybe I want to fix my double hit on the hi-hat right there a bit later. Select those, but only, let's see here, only that one. Pretty sure. Sure. Editing MIDI notes like that isn't impossible on machine. It's easier on the controller when you have the computer screen, but I've learned how to do it here as well, and I think it's nice that you can. Sure. And what's funny now is nothing is quantized. I just adjusted the height of the snares a little bit. And what's funny now is that if I introduce some swing to the sequence, you know, it gets too much. So let's not do that. So I'm really slow. I don't know why. Now we have the drums. And the sample. Let's pitch it down and... Can you hear that? It starts to become music. But yeah, I don't know about pitching down like that. Let's try what I did last night. Pitched it up 4 semitones. And I have way more strings in the sample today than I had yesterday. And honestly, I think it's becoming better like this. I'm just gonna find a pattern that I feel fits with the drums. So even if I try to play it as it was from the beginning, that's not how I want to use the sample anyways, so. That's kind of fun. At the end. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that strip. That pitch strip on the M32 keyboard always gets me. Okay, cool. To actually start the way the sample was played originally. Let's try something crazy. Cool. Sorry for totally ignoring the chat again. When I'm just working, I'm just working. You know, I'm sorry about that. Let's check in on the chat and see how things are holding up. We have 120 people watching. I appreciate that. That's a number. So yeah, are you still dealing with mental fatigue even in moments like these? No, I actually don't think so. The whole thing about my mental fatigue since my surgery has kind of, you know, been less and less of an issue in my life. I'm working full time at my day job now, and I'm trying to do this as much as possible, and you know, it works. But thanks for asking. Hello to the Northern Ireland. Cool, we have people from Ireland here. I appreciate that. How's the rib? The thing about my rib became such a big thing. So funny. I also had a brain tumor and a surgery and a stroke, you know? But yeah, that's right. I also hurt my rib. The funny thing is that my rib feels okay 9 times out of 10. But then when I kind of bend forwards to tie my shoelaces or whatever, and then stand back up, I get this like stinging pain in my chest from the rib. Initially, I had it at kind of like the side or the back, but now the pain is in the front. And I guess that just means that it's heating up in a way that's good, I hope. And I'll still have some trouble, like I'm always sleeping on my side of my body. I'm always on the side, and I can't do that on the left side anymore. It just hurts too much. So it takes a while for a rib to heal up, definitely. Boom Tony Baptano. Yeah, people used to say that I kind of looked like the guy. Needle Drop Anthony Fontano? What's his name? I don't know. But I don't. Cole, when you ignore us, we just love you more. That's nice. And yeah, so now I have checked in on the chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being curious about what I do. What I do now is this. Let's just record something like that for fun. Come on, I had something good going. Of course, I'm not going to pitch it up 8 semitones. That's crazy. Let's go for 5. There is something to something here. Maybe I should do like... Maybe like replace the groove like that, but not right now. Maybe I'm gonna do that later on, but for now, I need to make this work. Finding a pattern here might take me a while, but let's try. So that's the pattern. Come on. Okay, that's it. Cool. Now we're at +3, so let's go down to -3 just to... You know, that's the opposite of what I'm trying to do here. Still sounds kind of cool, but no, that's not what we're doing. I'm kind of figuring something out. Ah, that's it. Almost. Come on. Ah, that's it. Could work with that. Let's pitch it down, have another listen. People are liking the pitched up version, and I don't know what that means. Now I'm at +3. I mean, I can't be at +8. Or can I? No. I know what we're talking about. We're talking about something like this. But I don't want to make a beat in 98 BPM. Let's do that. Let's turn it down to +5. Yeah. And then we could have this alternate part with, hey, come on. Okay, that's going to take me a minute to figure out too. But again, this is kind of a nice pattern, isn't it? Completely silence. Yeah, this is +5. I don't know, let's go +4. No, I don't like that. Let's go up. I need to use that pad more. Let's do another pattern. One more. I can't do that every single time around. Come on. Is that better? Sure, I'm kind of happy with that, but what I feel now is that I have to adjust my slices a little bit to fit into the rhythm of things a little bit better, you know? This one, for instance, could be Can you hear the difference there? Yeah, that's so much better. Feels a little bit less stressed, and it still got some energy to it, but it's not like out of rhythm. Let's do that, change a little bit more. That's too much. At the end of the pattern, we have this so on that slice right there, let's actually use, oh sorry for my voice, let's actually use delay on just that slice. Let's go crazy. Of course it's too much, but and one more thing that I feel like I have to do with samples like this. I know it's one of those lo-fi hip-hop stuff, but it makes a lot of difference. So let's, on the group level here, for my sample, I want to go in and add, okay, what happens? What's happening? A compressor with sidechain to that. With that kick. So let's, oh my god, let's increase the amount. now, since I adjusted my slices, maybe we could go one more semitone up. Let's just rest our ears for a minute and just get used to not hearing the same loop over and over again. So let's check in on the chat. Can I be heard with the mic like that? That's better, of course, but yeah, you can still hear that. So let's see what you're talking about in the chat room. Yeah, my Canon camera shuts off every 30 minutes. It's crazy. I can't believe that they haven't fixed that already, but yeah. They don't turn off, they just turn black. They still, like, consume battery. This is really well set up with the multiple cams. Good job, Accurate. Thanks a lot. That's nice to hear. So this solution seems to be really working well, using a secondary computer. It's not even, yeah, it's kind of hot, but whatever. So we have a discussion in the chat room going on about MPCs. And Charlie Davis is totally on point. The standaloneness of the MPC Live and the MPC Live 2 and the MPC 1. The touchscreen is amazing. It's a really cool addition when it comes to editing MIDI notes and stuff. On the other hand, it's not fun to work on a touchscreen. It's just not fun. That's what I think, but sure. The MPC 1 is a really cool device. The MPC Live 2 is a really cool device. I love them. And with the new drum synths that they have included, I mean, come on, it's great. I use that just as much as Machine these days. I use them all a lot. Hello from NC. Hello. What's your go-to? Accurate. Regarding what? My go-to device out of the MPC and the Machine? My go-to device is still Machine Plus because I'm just quicker working on it. I'm quick on the MPCs too. I'm kind of fast in everything I do when it comes to workflow like that. Machine just has a place in my heart where I'm just... it's not that I want to be loyal to Native Instruments or anything. I really enjoyed the new MPCs just as much as Machine. But there's something about the workflow of Machine that's, I've really grown accustomed to, and I'm really used to it, and I've done it for years with Machine, and with the MPCs as well now. But, my go-to device, sure, I still think I have to say that it's Machine. But it's not always the case either, because it depends on what type of sample I'm working on or what type of project I'm doing. Sometimes the MPC 1 gets used a lot because it has, the dedicated buttons on the MPC 1 compared to the MPC Live 2 really makes the workflow of that unit faster for me, and I like it a lot, even though the pads are smaller. But it all depends. A big part of being me is to make music on multiple devices. That's kind of what I'm into. For live streams like this and chopping up samples, I normally go to Machine or the MPC. But, using the MPC 707 sometimes is a lot of fun. Using my different synthesizers or using the MPC 2000 XL also has a charm to it. I kind of like making music. I kind of love making music, and I'm making music on everything that I can. If it's an iPad or if it's in Logic or Luna or Reason, or I'm trying to understand Ableton Live a little bit as well. I just like to create music, and I don't really care with whatever tool I'm using. Why am I talking so much about one single question? I'm sorry about that. I'm just ranting on. But yeah. What convinced you to sell the OP? I haven't sold the OP1. I'm thinking about selling the OP1 because I kind of want to get a secondary computer to be able to do these live streams. The computer I'm using right now isn't really mine, so I'm thinking about getting a secondary MacBook just to be able to do stuff like this. And maybe I'm selling the OP1 to be able to finance that, because the OP1 is a great device, is super awesome, super cool, but I've had it for years and I'm actually not using it a lot now. It's a guy on Instagram asked me the other day how much I'm using it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm using it a lot because I like it, but no, when I think about it, I'm actually not using it as much as I used to, because you know, I have the wave state if I want to do some wave table whatever sequencing synthesizer stuff. I have the OPS6 if I want to do FM synths, and I have the Jupiter XM if I need something that does a lot of stuff. And I have a lot of software, and I have a bunch of hardware, and I have a few different analog synths as well. The Moog, what's the name? What's the name of that Moog one? Moog Subharmonicon. And I have stuff from Arturia. You know, if I need a fat analog sounding bass, I could go to the Mini Brute 2S. And when I have all these things, something like the OP1 feels like, yeah, it's really cool and it's unique in many ways. But since I have so many options here, the OP1 doesn't get used as much. But yeah. Had you thought about merch on the spot? Yeah, I've actually made a t-shirt with the Accurate Beats logo on the chest and the big one on the back. I wore it yesterday for the stream. And I'm thinking about selling them as merch because I kind of like my logo, and just having that as a white logo on a black t-shirt is kind of cool. And I also have this tattoo artist friend of mine that's also an artist, graffiti artist, and he makes a lot of cool art, and to be able to incorporate that into something that I make in terms of merch could be cool. But again, I'm trying to get back to YouTube because I took this long break, and I want to get back, and you know, I can't just, hey, I'm back on YouTube, here's my merch. That's not the first thing I want to do. But maybe further down the line, that could be a cool thing, because merch is nice. And if anyone wants a t-shirt with my logo, I should be able to provide that, you know? But yeah, we're not making a Q&A over here. Sorry for talking so much. We're making beats. So I changed the starting points of some of the chops and added the compressor, and then I changed the pitch of the sample one semitone up. And now we have rested our ears, and we haven't really listened to the track for a while. So now, does it feel like stressed or pushed out and, you know, too much or not? I think that's almost right, but again, plus 5 semitones seems to be the sweet spot here. Sounds like. Can you hear that? It just makes more sense. Yep. That's what it is. So I was playing my sample in G minor. The first chord is G minor 7. Let's change the instrument in Logic. This is a really cool setup to have the software running with the hardware and stuff. I like it. I like it. So we have this G minor 7 and this F with a 6 and an 11th. I don't know this stuff. But yeah, we had a G minor to yeah. And then we went +5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a C. That's a C minor. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that has to be used somehow. Maybe not. Oh, that's not good. That's it. Or maybe let's hang loose and do hang loose. I don't know. I'm sorry. That just what happens. I'm getting more and more confident about. Yeah, I'm starting to feel more confident about the way I play keyboard. I'm still not good, but you know, it's fun. The sound really sucks though, so let's go for. Oh, sure. I need to, you know, add a bass, a normal bass in Machine, of course. Why didn't I think of that? So let's go to my sounds. Let's go to the adrenaline. Now the pitch might be off again, so let's double check. And maybe you're not going to hear this because it's kind of a subby bass. So if you're not using good headphones or speakers or whatever, this is probably not going to be heard at all. And I said C minor. let's create a really simple bass line. One, two, three. What am I doing? Come on. One more try. That's better. And maybe, I don't know, let's duplicate that whole thing with the events over here. And let's change to, I know Massive has a few different, of course Massive has it, but Massive has a few different sub-bass sounds that goes nicely together with this adrenaline sound. So let me look for that real quick. I think I need to get into some stuff like that just to feel a bit better about what I'm doing. So we're going into Massive and we're looking for bass. We're looking for upright. I don't know about this. No, of course not. Maybe that one though. You know, what I'm doing now, just to put it into some perspective, I added this simple bass line with this subby bass thing, and since it can't be heard on like an iPhone speaker, I want to layer this bass with something that might cut through a little bit. Nothing crazy, just something that has a more high-pitched sound or a better attack to it, that just makes you understand, like, yeah, okay, there's a bass line in there. I can't hear the frequencies because I'm on an iPhone speaker, but there is a bass line. So that's what I'm trying to do, to find something to layer my bass. And everything sounds really synthy, and that's not what I'm going for. So let's go into the machine library. Let's go for contact, bass, upright. Find something more acoustic. And of course, select no events, and then those events, yeah, maybe that, and maybe let's go for a fingered bass. probably what I'm looking for. That's the octave. And of course, I don't want to put that too loud in the mix. Okay, that's cool. And just because I feel like I have a lot of time, let's go in here on this one, on the sound level, and let's go in here, and let's add an equalizer. And let's turn down some of the lower frequencies on that one because it has a lot of bass, but I want to use the bass from the sub bass. So in this case, it becomes thinner and thinner and thinner. And you know, I don't want to go too crazy with the settings, but that's a part of the sound that I want, you know? So let's emphasize that a little bit to get the width. I don't know if that comes through at all on YouTube, but I think it sounds better. You know? That's fine. What's this? Nothing at all. Yeah, that's the original sample without the melody. So maybe, let's see. This one is pitched up 5. Let's go 5 with this one too. This one. Again, sorry. So let's not use that synth. Let's not use anything like that. Instead, I wanted to start about thinking about my second, what else to do here. I just have this 4-bar loop over and over again. So let's copy that scene over to a new one. And let's introduce another pattern of the samples. Let's do something. Sure, let's do something like that. Maybe something simple like that could work. Let's play that pattern and then the first one. Yeah, sure. Let's call this minimalism. Or whatever. That's pattern 1. That's pattern, duplicate pattern. What? Pattern 1, duplicate. Am I doing something wrong? This is strange. It is there. Okay. That's strange. Am I forgetting stuff? Or what happens? No, that's right. Yeah, in the chat, sure, it's 2 days in a row in one way, but in another way, I'm kind of I'm kind of doing the same beat all over again. It doesn't come out exactly the same, but I'm using the same chord progression, sampling myself and stuff. But now, my tech is working. It feels like we don't have any technical difficulties at all. Everything just works, even though the camera becomes black sometimes. But that's just what it is. You know, I'm really happy to be here. So, pattern scene 1. Okay, intro. Maybe I should make this a little bit more interesting by just creating another version with a sample. Okay, I could do it like that. Almost. Almost. Maybe that should be my main pattern. It has kind of the same feel as the first one, but it's not as choppy. In the chat room, we have John saying that it sounds nice and clear. I'm in my car. I just want to encourage people to not like text or write stuff on your phone when you're in your car, if you're driving yourself, if you're in the back seat. Okay, come on. But man, don't drive and text. Text and drive. I don't know what the term is. Oh, this, no. You can't, oh, thanks, man. Noir? I still don't know how to say your name. I think it's so embarrassing. I enjoy your content. You seem to be a great person in every single way. But this username of yours in French, Noir et Blanc V? I don't know. Thanks a lot for the super chat. I appreciate that more than, come on, $20? You don't have to do that. But thanks for doing it. You know, thanks. And again, I'm sorry about your username and your alias. I'm just not confident in saying noir. Nor. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat. $20, that's way too much, but I really appreciate it. And I'm happy today because it seems like my streaming setup is finally working, which is cool. It feels like something is missing here. We have the drums, we have the bass, we have the sample, not the sample, but whatever I created to make a sample. But whatever I play here, just can't get it to be nice and to add something valuable to the track. Oh, maybe that's a little bit cool, after all. I keep hitting the wrong notes. If this was like a normal YouTube video, I would include 4 bars of a melody like that on a sound like that on top of this. But I don't want to record it into machine because I don't like it enough. Can I do something about the fact that I don't like it that much? Maybe. Switch through presets. Not that one. '80s. Very 80s, and that's not what we want to do. You know what? No, I got another super chat. Come on. I just got back to doing this. I don't deserve stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do some scratching, of course. I'm just playing the same loops over and over again. We're gonna do some scratch. Someone says in Swedish that it sounds like the main sample would need some fine tuning, some semitone. I mean, a semitone, that's a lot. But yeah, that's always a thing when you're working with samples. It's hard to be 100% accurate with a pitch. But in this case, I created my sample myself. It's been a while. Let's hear the session in Logic and how the samples sounded when I made it myself here. And it can't really be out of tune because it's all played instruments that are digital or tuned. And then it's pitched up 5 semitones from that. So the sample that we started with sounded like, I mean, it's not right to call it a sample, I guess, because it's not a sample, it's a piece of music that I made. But yeah, this is where we started. That's what I played and what I created and what I sampled into machine. You see? And then you know what we need here? I'm not a big fan of distortion because I'm just not. But with this sample, maybe we should try a little bit of saturation. Saturation could always come in as a way of distortion that sounds more musical and nice. By the way, I should shout out the person. I guess that's what people do. Thanks for the super chat, Louis Marino. Again, me and names is what it is. Saturation. Okay, that just broke. It really doesn't add what I expected. Let's do the tape saturation instead. And let's move the saturation to act before the compressor. Sidechaining and whatnot. Should we actually dare to put in a module of distortion here? I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure. I'm just trying. No, I don't like distortion. Come on, let me live. But maybe I use this trick sometimes with a grain delay. 1 octave up. Mix it in just a little bit. If I do it fully, it sounds like shit. And if I turn it down, is that saturation now going crazy? Yeah, why not? Someone suggest BitCrush, if it has it. BitCrusher, I don't know if that's what it's called in Machine. Lo-Fi has a BitCrusher. You know what it is? Let's take that out. You know what it is? I think I just want to EQ my sample a little bit. Sometimes it's simple as that. Because now the sample has a lot of bass. And if I just brighten it up a little bit, if I just make it a little bit brighter. It sits better in the mix. Sure. What about a proper bass line? This is the bass line I have at the moment. I mean, I don't want to go. I could go crazier with the bass and you know play more stuff, but I think that gets like the sample and everything. It's already kind of a melodic track, and to create even more stuff with a bass line that takes up space, I don't think that's what I want to do for this one. It's a nice suggestion, it is, but you know. Oh. Sure, I have an eye on my arm. The all-seeing eye, or whatever you want to call it. An eye like that has a bunch of different meanings for a bunch of different people. You know what? I'm gonna reposition my cameras and put a little bit of scratch on this track. Then I guess I have to go to bed. This is all we did today. But that's cool. The the technology seems to hold up and everything kind of works. But not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna be this guy anymore. I'm gonna make it black for a minute, maybe something like that, and then we are gonna scratch. So yeah, that's kind of funny. It seems like I can't really, I have a thing to do that, and I'm sure I'm making you guys dizzy right now. You don't often see stuff upside down on YouTube, uh, and that can't be the right way around. That has to be like mirrored still. No, it's not. Huh.
Rooms of bones.
Top five, top, 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 top 4.
So, let's give this a try.
Top 5 dead or alive. The only way to live if you really think about it.
This is not a pop album. This is not a pop, not a pop album. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is
That's what you call spitting? Then shit, I'm a sonic. They them to the zones of bones.
Top 5 dead or alive. The only way. Top 5 dead or dead or alive. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. Only way to live if you really think about it.
in your pipe and smoke it. Put that in your pipe. Now put that in your pipe.
On the mix.
On the remix,
On the track.
on the wheels of steel. On the wheels of steel.
Put you on pause like tape decks. Put your guns in the air, motherfucker. Makes me sick. Hear that? I'm sick of all the whack niggas get. I ain't mad, but I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad or angry or any of that. I'm sick of all the whack niggas getting all the.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. Just think you're one crazy nigga, that's what I think.
I tell your mama you ain't shit.
Punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me?
How about you hop up on my bed all right?
Rockin' the beat. Rockin' the beat. Rockin' the beat. Rockin' the rockin' the beat. Rockin' the beat. Hey yo, hey yo,
Well, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Here we are. So, hello, people. What's up? Should be able to do that, and you should be able to see this. See this face of mine again. Hi. Cool. I'm sure most of you watching this stream right now are beat makers or musicians yourself. And you have been with me for I don't know how long, but listening to the same sample over and the same loop over and over and over again. Now I have 3 different loops, but it gets kinda repetitive. If I were to finish this track, I would, export every single group from machine and import it into Logic and make something, scratch some stuff on the track and create variations with like taking out drums and making that sort of stuff. But in this case, the loop just plays and I'm just scratching away and, it is what it is. It's not perfect, but it's kind of fun. And sure, soon time for me to go to bed. So come on. Thanks for being here. Ear fatigue, sure, that's a real thing, definitely. And yeah. So, I think I have like a little bit of time on my hands. So if anyone wants to ask me anything specific right now, I'm open to stay here for a little bit and just, see if I can answer some questions or help you guys out with anything that you might wonder about. People always ask me stuff, and this could be a nice forum to do so. I'm actually gonna save this machine project. Made sample SAMPLE space 02 beat out of a made sample. That's how I think about it. This is kind of good. Come on. it's kind of good. It's not my best work ever, but it's a nice little beat. So yeah, let me and just like that, we have two different cameras on my face. That was not the intention here, but I should reposition this mic if I'm doing it this way. However, that's a better angle. Any questions? Did we have anything to talk about? Thank you for doing this. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream or favorite dessert? I don't know. I'm a chocolate guy. Can't you tell from just looking at me? Was great chilling with you. Thanks for being around accurate. Thank you. Have you ever made trap? Yeah, I've tried. I've tried to make trap, and I've tried to make, dubstep and drum and bass and whatever. But it's just not for me. This is the kind of music that I enjoy listening to, so this is the stuff that I make. Cool. Sure, Machine Plus. Let's talk about Machine Plus for a bit, because people have like a lot of different opinions about what Machine Plus is and what it's not. And to me, I mean, it's kind of, in many ways, I see the Machine Plus. It's like, it's really similar to the MPC Live 2, for instance. Sure, I don't have access to all the crazy contact libraries and all the crazy, external effects that I have in my DAW or whatever. But to me, that's not what Machine Plus is in standalone mode, at least. Of course, I can just connect it to the computer and use it as a controller, just like I did with Machine MK3. But to me, having a solid sampler device like this, like it's like what it is right now, as it is kind of, it's hard to put into words. To me, it's really valuable to have something with a great workflow that just works. And if it's standalone or if it's a controller to a computer, maybe it doesn't really make a lot of difference. I don't think Machine Plus is for everyone. But for me, especially for workflows like this, just using audio samples and just sequencing, chopping stuff up, is a lot of fun on the standalone version. I did the same thing on the MK3, but then it was a little bit easier to go crazy with like using isotope or waves effects and stuff straight on my project. But I don't feel like I lack that at all. I feel like, sure, it would be nice to have more options for stuff in Machine Plus in one way, but in the other way, I feel like, no, I don't need that. I need what Machine Plus can do. It's nice that it comes with a few different sounds and some instruments and some stuff, but it's not necessary to have everything at all times, And what's cool here is that I can take this one with me wherever and just have an external battery and everything just works as I'm used to. And the whole track I did here, except from creating the sample, of course, I did that in Logic, but everything else was made totally in the standalone version of Machine Plus. And to me, it's cool. Is it worth the price tag? Well, since the pandemic is a thing and we're not getting outside as much as before, maybe not. But to me, it's cool to have the workflow in a standalone box and to be able to use it like an old school sampler, It's not like it's an MPC 2000 XL all of a sudden. It's better than that. It has more functionality than that. But it's cool to not be tethered to a computer. And I really enjoy that a lot with the Machine Plus. It has its drawbacks and it's not super stable all the time. I've had a few crashes and I've lost some work, but not a lot, not much at all. And it's their first version of something standalone like this, so I'm kind of being considerate. I could talk about Machine Plus for hours, but let's drop that for now. Anything else? Here's someone. I think the best is the MPC X, the 16 knobs with auto-mapped control for every parameter with dedicated LEDs where it's also written what you are controlling are incredible. The phantom power, the best. Yeah, Fabio. I don't have an MPC X myself, but I totally agree with what you're saying. The 16 different knobs and the LEDs that just says what you're doing, that's a really nice function. It's not super far from what I have on machine, since the displays are located straight right on top of the knobs, so the knobs corresponds to the number that it says. But 16 different knobs is of course better than 8. And I have thought about getting myself an MPCX just to try it out and just to experience it, but just haven't got around to do that. But sure, the MPCX is a beast. I'm sure it is. I have an Akai MPC1. It's so confusing. You think? I think the MPC1 is kind of straightforward. As soon as you understand the system of sequences and patterns and banks, it's a little bit iffy, but when you get it down, you get it down. When you understand it, you totally understand it. Your streaming video and audio is excellent. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, it's not just that I failed miserably last night, but even before that, when I tried to do live streams before, I've always had technical difficulties somehow. Now, just seems like it works. I've been live for 2.5 hours, and I know that the battery is dying up there, wherever it is. I know. So the battery on that one is going to die soon, and that's fine. I'm gonna go to bed soon. But thanks a lot for appreciating the stream. I like that. Have you ever had any video ideas that you wanted to create that would be different from your beat gear videos? Yeah. I've had a lot of different ideas about making some sort of vlogs, and I mean, I don't only do beat making videos. I do reviews and some tips and tricks here and there too. But stepping away from music is not an option. My channel is about gear and music and beats and samples and whatnot. So that's I'm not going to step down from that. But finding different video ideas around the topic, I thought about making a video about like more detailed video on how to chop samples, and that could be something that I could see myself do, or make a video about like easy, simple tips and tricks about mixing or whatever. But yeah, I've had a lot of thoughts about that, but yeah. If there's anything special that you think could be cool to see, just send me an email or a DM on Instagram and tell me, because I always need good ideas. Oh yeah, and you also wrote that it's not just beat videos. You said gear as well. That's my bad. But sure, I'm open to do other stuff, but I don't really know what. But I'm thinking about that all the time. Running a YouTube channel means thinking a lot about your next video. And yeah. MPCX, no. Sure. Um, Favorite scent, straight up. That's a hard question. I had a lot of fun with the Moog grandmother in Germany when I was there. Um, but my favorite scent, I can't say that just right off the top of my head like that. Out of the scents that I have, it all depends on what I'm looking for. I mean, it's like asking a guitarist what's his or her favorite guitar. I mean, sometimes I'm sure it's an acoustic guitar for some stuff, and I'm sure it's a fretless guitar for some stuff, and a 6 string and a 12 string for some other stuff. And that's how I think about musical equipment too. I mean, I like the built-in piano sound on the Jupiter XM and the electric pianos on that one. I really dig them a lot. I like the shimmery, like bell type of sounds from the OPSX, and I really like the slow evolving, like softer sounds that I get from the wave state, and the gnarly bass lead sounds that I get from the mini root. But they all serve a different purpose for me and my workflow. So my favorite synth, I guess one of my favorite products is the OP1, even though I'm considering selling it and I'm not using it much right now, but it's a really fantastic device. But yeah, my favorite synth, that's a hard question. It's time for me to go to bed. Thanks a lot for sticking around for so long, some of you, and thanks for, jumping in and out, and thanks for following this process. And I'm really happy that the tech held up this time around. I mean, I think the stream is still called like, this is my last attempt to get the live stream to work. And I think I kind of nailed it. It seems like the stream has held up. And I'm sure you're going to see more live streams of me in the future. Either just talking, just hanging out, just being here, just doing stuff, or making music, playing stuff, scratching stuff, whatever. But yeah, thanks a lot for being here, everyone. Thanks for the support, supporting the channel, subscribing, and all that. I appreciate it a lot. And I'm slowly getting back to things about YouTube, and posting a video 2-3 weeks ago and doing a live stream last night and again tonight feels like I'm kind of getting back to things. I think I'm gonna pull this video down and edit the content and make it into a video, so people don't have to watch 2.5 hours of me messing about. But yeah, thanks a lot for being here. The camera died. It's not one alive. It is. Thanks again, and bye. Ha det gott. Peace out. I don't know how to end this. Is it that button or that button? I don't know. I'm gonna